Alright, today's session is an interval session. I'm heading out to the local climb and gonna see if I can magic up some good legs, although my legs have been feeling good, to be honest, for the last like 6 weeks. Just put some warming gel on, or warming cream rather, because I want to it's like cold but dry outside, and although keeping my top half warm, I want to kind of get used to, if that's such a thing, that cold air on my legs. But using that warming gel, specifically this one, the Sturka actually make an intense warming gel that has hemp oil, natural extracts, quick absorption and instant action. I definitely agree with that. That's absorbed pretty quickly and it's already warming. I can feel that as well. I suppose you could use deep heat, you could use stuff like that, but it's important now over the next 2 weeks that I keep an eye on intensity and I keep an eye on volume. To be honest, volume is not so much of an issue now, it's more the intensity. I need to make sure that I don't forget how to go deep and how to push myself. And so volume will take a back seat over the next coming, 10 days. And I'll make sure intensity is still there. So in terms of like frequency of sessions, that stays the same as well. Like I'm not like dropping, like I'm not having more rest days. I'm going to still keep like one complete day off a week. And the rest of the time I'm just going to ride, but the volume side of things is going to drop by like between 40 and 60%. So I'm going to go from like, I've been doing about 15 hours a week to around like 8-ish hours a week, which I know would still be a lot for most people. I appreciate that. But yeah, it does make a difference, like when you go from, if you're doing like a 30-hour week, for example, which, some of us, have done when we've gone away on cycling holidays and things, like where we've just ridden every day, all day. Like when you go from like a 30-hour week to like a 15-hour week, you're like, wow, like I'm hardly riding when I'm doing 15 hours, So, not that I do 30-hour weeks, but, you get the idea. So peaking, hopefully, in 10 days time. Although, like even right now, and I can tell like this session is going to be a good one. What a perfectly placed seat right at the bottom of the hill, and wow, what a session, what a session. Where do I even begin? I mean, 10 times 3 minutes at, well, what turned out to be like 430 watts, but the structure of the 3 minutes was 2 minutes and 40 seconds roughly at like what I would say race pace, or just below race pace, about 415 watts, and then accelerating those 20 seconds, like no real target, just getting out the saddle. So for nearly all, well, for all of the intervals apart from the last 20 seconds, I'm seated. So each of those, if they're coming out at just shy of 430 watts, that's like 7.1, almost 7.2 watts per kilo 10 times. It's just half an hour of accumulated time. And that's what I mean, like, that's it now. I can go home. I've pushed myself, but, the volume I'm not going to touch today now. But it's amazing what the body can adapt and push through, through consistency and through progressive overload.
you know, the last 4 weeks particularly have been next level. The way that I felt has been just next level, and you know, that gives you confidence. You know, when you know when you're getting fitter, and you know when you're getting stronger, then you go out and you do an interval session. It just compounds. You know, you get back out again and you do another good interval session. It's just a continuation. This is the day in day out life of you know, just trying to improve and get better. It doesn't matter what level you are. And I think you know, that might be the best session I've ever done in terms of, you know, numbers and repeatability. We've ridden for an hour and 17 minutes with a normalized power of 334 watts. Average speed 20 kilometers an hour. Total ascent 1,200 meters. I definitely think, like, maybe in the last 4 reps, I got to rep 6 and I was like, now it's starting to hurt. But I knew that once I got past that, you know, that's really when the intervals, like, that's when you start to count them. You know, like that cliche saying, was it Muhammad Ali? It was like, I don't count my sit-ups until they start hurting. You know, you're just pushing the envelope just that little bit more. And like, I felt that today. I felt like after rep 6 and 7, I was like, these last 2 or 3 reps, these are the ones that are going to count. Like, if I can hang on to these are the ones that are going to, like, push me a little bit more than what I've been used to. It's nuts, really, that all of my training for this hill climb has been done on technically the same mountain, but 2 different roads. So this one, which is like 1.5k at 14% hill mynydd, and then just sort of down the road, maybe 5k away, there's a longer climb, 3.5k at 8-9% with varying gradients, and that's the one I've been doing like my longer intervals on, and all within like 20-30 minute ride from home. I am actually getting a little bit bored of it now, training on the same hills, same roads. Just the reason why I've been doing that is just for, you know, consistency, and I can always, like, test myself, and there's no real guesswork. I just go out and do it and go home. It's just like if any of you train on the indoor trainer all the time, it's like it takes the guesswork out of it. But yeah, I'm ready to start riding on open roads again. Well, 2 days later, after that session that you saw at the beginning of this video, I mean, we're coming to the end of the series now. We've got maybe 3 videos left, and then the one from the day itself, or the days, you know, maybe 2 days leading up and the day itself rolled into one. I don't want to have too much pressure on myself to, like, film a vlog on the day, because yeah, you know why. But yeah, I feel like we've done enough in the last 30 episodes nearly to warrant that we just take it a bit easy in the days leading up to it. But this series, this hill climb series, I think has really, like, pressed on, to use a cycling term, from any other, like, content I've made. Like, you know, aside from the racing videos, which you generally would assume would you know, be more appealing, even these videos, the sort of the weekly, middle of the week videos where I'm just sort of talking about training and just bringing you along, even those have seen, like, an increase in views. You guys are watching longer. I've seen increases in subscribers, and of course the revenue of the channel has gone up slightly as well, which has really helped me obviously put fuel in a van, go to races every week, and, like, most races haven't had prize money and stuff. So, you know, part of, you know, even the videos have been helping me fund, you know, the travel and stuff to races and things like that. So when I say I appreciate people watching, because every little bit helps, I do really appreciate you watching, because it does make a difference. Well, that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to wrap up this video by talking about is how it feels to be in the position I'm in right now, because I'm never in this position. It's a very rare occurrence where everything comes together. you know, I train for other things throughout the year. You know, I try to peak for things, and you know, like Tour de Mont Blanc, and you know, I do put the work and the effort in to perform my best at those things. But those things have always been, you know, difficult because of travel, because of preparation, nutrition. Like, you're going somewhere hot to race. You know, obviously when I'm doing the British hill climbs, performances and the travel and everything, it's easier because, you know, it's very local and things. It's more our forte because it's within our grasp. You know, there's less extremes and there's less things to prepare for, per se. But the hill climb seasons and the races, they always give me a chance to like become very single-minded and very narrow focused, and like the only thing I do for like those 2 or 3 months is, you know, eat well, monitor those things, sleep, training, you know, perform. But the mindset is very important, like always pushing and like always trying to be in that positive mindset, so I keep the ball rolling. And the position I'm in now is one of that's very, very rare. You know, like we're a week and a half away, less than 10 days away from, you know, this peak. Technically I'm peaking right now, but this ideal peak. And you know, there's things going on in my mind, like, you know, I feel good, I'm performing well. Can I maintain it? Like, can I hold it together on that one day? You know, can I clear my mind and just make sure I can just hold it together for the next 10 days? You know, the last 2 months have been a piece of cake. It's the next 10 days, you know, all this type of stuff. It's like, it's not negative thoughts. It's just the things that, you know, you're running around in your head. You visualize the day, you prepare for the day, you know, you hope that it goes well and everything goes smoothly and you can have the best stab at it that you can. And then, you know, of course, like, you know, just daily operation. Like, you know, you don't see Charlie as much, but she helps me every single day. You know, she helps me to stay on track. She helps me to, you know, like pat me on the back when things haven't gone well. She's, you know, we all need people like that. It doesn't have to be a partner. It can be your best mate. It can be, you know, it can be anybody. It can be a coach. It can be, you know, a club mate. It can be whatever. You know, it's moments like this where we find ourselves. But I do think like this situation we find ourselves in, where, you know, we're following a journey of seeing someone apply themselves to something in a hope that they can perform to their greatest ability and their capacity. And we don't often see the behind the scenes. We always see like the finished product, or maybe we see like hand-picked bits. And to me, that's never been I'm never a fan of like just seeing like, oh, that person's just like, you know, Lucy Charles Barkley has just become Ironman world champion. Like, yeah, okay, fair enough. But like, what's the backstory? Like, and there is a YouTube channel, and there's like training and all that kind of stuff on there. And that's what I like. You know, I love that. And when I say this is like the moments where we find ourselves, I think this is the moments where we find our true capabilities, where we just set a target, we go after it, and we try not to let anything get in the way of that, and we just try and execute on that target. You know, everything gets very sort of narrow, and you know, when you only focus on that one thing, and it can be anything, life becomes very simple. And that's how life feels right now. You know, these last few weeks, they feel very simple. There's only a few things that matter to me. There's not even a question right now, like if I'm going to go out on the bike or not. Like every day, or every other day, obviously if we plan rest days, I'm on the bike. There's no like, it's raining, it's cold, I'll get on the turbo, no, I'll go outside. Like, there's no, like, my motivation, everything, it's not even a question. It's pretty nuts. Like when you get to this sort of, I feel like I only get to this point at certain points, and one of these points is right now. So I'm going to end the video here, and I know I've spoken quite a lot, but it's my thoughts and my thought process. I hope they don't bore you. But yeah, I'm going to finish my ride. I've missed the rain, which is great. I'm on the Gower, actually. This is the Marsh Road. It usually floods, but not today. And I will catch you in the next video.